and we'll start with Dasher and then go to Jordan.
All right. Coach, good to see you today.
You too.
A little bit of a break for Christmas. One final opportunity before conference play begins. Just kind of the importance of that, and kind of what are you looking for on Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, really about us. Got a break, mental and physical break. Our guys needed it, wanted it, and came back rejuvenated. Had a really good practice last night. Had a good one this morning. We're getting back after it again this afternoon. So just a window here to really focus on us as much, if not more than the opponent, as we prepare to turn the page to the SEC season.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, just to follow up, where do you feel like you guys have improved the most over or non-conference play, and what do you still need to see by the time we get to January and get into SEC action?
Sure. Overall, probably our half-court defense has become pretty good. Our transition defense is average. Our defensive rebounding needs to improve. If we can make a jump in both of those categories, we can hang our hat on being competitive defensively night in and night out in league play. Offensively, we can make a jump on the offensive glass. I think we shoot the three better than our numbers indicate to this point. Got to get our free throw percentage up a little bit as well. Assist turnover can continue to improve. Role definition can continue to improve, where we're attacking and who we're attacking with. Defense is a little bit ahead offense, of course, as you already know, at this point. But we love to improve in all of it. But those are the categories that stick out the most.
We'll get a chance to talk to Sonny. Just how did you see him sort of attack his rehab when he got hurt, and just what you've seen from him since he's gotten back?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, he, according to our medical people, the leg that was injured actually tested out to be stronger than the previously healthy leg the day that he was released. So it just goes to show you the work ethic and the way that he attacked, getting back, his excitement level to get back to try to help his teammates.
Go to Hank and then Matt Stewart. You got anything, Matt?
Coach, I mean, your roster's kind of made up of a lot of veterans, whether it's from here or that transferred in season, along with some freshman newcomers. Who have been some of the most vocal leaders on your team thus far?
We've got a few guys that maybe don't talk as much as others, but what they say holds a lot of weight. And I would say that those guys would be Sonny, since he was just mentioned. He comes to mind quickly. Silas Demery. Those guys they don't talk as often, but again, they lead at times, and again, what they say holds weight. The guys that talk the most would be Jabri, Noah Thomason. Those guys have come a long way. Jabri has, Noah, this is our first year coaching him, but those guys put an emphasis on it every day, to bring it in terms of whether it's rah-rah or challenging a guy or, hey, let's do this better. Those guys have really been a bright spot in practices, trying to lead, trying to be vocal, trying to be positive. So, yeah, proud of those two guys.
And then as a coach, what does that mean for you to be able to have those guys on your roster?
It certainly beats the alternative. We want our guys to coach each other. We want our guys taking ownership over this team. This is their team. This is their season. And player-led teams, in conjunction, with the help of a coaching staff, I think give themselves a better chance to maximize their potential.
Coach, Jabri has shot the ball very well. Kind of give us the coach's scouting report on what you've seen from him in his first 12 games with you guys this season.
Jabri is as serious about his personal development as a player as any player that I've coached. He's in the gym as much as any guy I've coached. For instance, we come back again last night. Guys knew we had 2 days here these next couple of days, and that's along with lifts. We had a lift this morning. We already had one practice. We'll come back and have another practice. He had an individual practice early this morning by himself. It's just what he does, and it's not a, I'm coming back from Christmas, I'm going to turn over a new leaf and be a different guy. This is him, April 1st, June 1st, September 1st. I mean, this is post-Christmas, pre-Christmas. He's just really, really serious about being a good player, and it's paying off for him. He works. He's very serious. He's a hard worker.
Is that in his DNA, from his background, from his upbringing, and all that?
I would think, but I think he's got a lot of maturity in a lot of different ways. I think he's going to be success post basketball as well. He just it's important to him. He knows what it takes, and he doesn't make excuses. He just gets in the gym and works at it, and he's not done either. He's enjoying the success he's having, but he knows that he's got to continue to work his butt off to hit his ceiling.
You also referenced Noah there a moment ago. A little bit different role for him with you guys than he had as he was more of a playmaker, scorer and playmaker, did a lot of things at Niagara. Kind of your thoughts on what you've seen from him?
I think he's made a transition from being first, second, third option to learning how to play alongside other good players and picking his spots. And I think he's helped our offensive flow at times throughout this season to this point. And he's got to continue to work on it by passing up some C shots to help his teammates hopefully get an A shot, because he's a guy.
Good to great. Pass good to great. Right.
Yeah, he's a guy that can, as much as anyone on our team, go get a shot off. But he's learning how to fit in with other guys, and there'll be nights where he's a big scorer for us, and there'll be other nights where he plays within himself. I like his decision making in terms of ball security. He's an underrated defender too, because he doesn't jump off the screen at you, when you're watching film or you're watching TV. But he's been really solid defensively for us as well.
How about your combination of Silas and Justin? One a freshman, one a super senior, combining right at 17 points per game and 6 assists per game.
They've been good on the court together, and we've had, and our numbers indicate that as well. But we've had a lot of good possessions and had good moments in games when those guys are out there together, having two playmakers and that third perimeter player, or depending upon whether it's 3 or 4 perimeter players out there, has varied at times. But those guys have been good together. They continue to develop. Silas has shown a lot of maturity as a freshman, and Justin Hill, maybe behind Jabri or right there with Jabri, are our most improved players.
How about RJ coming off the bench? 7-game winning streak coincides with him coming off the bench after starting the first 5 games, and slowly looks like he's starting to shoot the three a little better too. He's 3 for 7 in his last 3 games after starting the season, 4 for 35. Yeah,
that 4 for 35, we didn't expect to see. Obviously, that caught us all hard as a staff and as as a program. His teammates, I think, were shocked at those numbers too, because he shoots too well in practice every day. But he's also, I think, taking better ones. He's playing with a little bit more confidence. But whether he's making shots or not, he's at times got to work on his consistency. But he's had some really good defensive possessions. He's had some really good offensive rebounding possessions. He's been really good in transition offense, continuing to improve with his playmaking skills, his decision making. He's a talented guy, and he's getting better.
Any other questions for Coach?
I'll ask one more, and unless I'm monopolizing too much. Is it good to ask one more?
Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah. Are you going to play this game from a rotational standpoint? Is it going to be more like what you're going to see next Saturday against Missouri, or are you still in that phase where you're evaluating the players to the last second before you tighten and firm up that rotation for the SEC? So therefore, this game is still in that evaluation phase.
Definitely evaluating this afternoon and tomorrow, and pregame shoot around, pregame meal, pregame video, all of it. Yeah, and then throughout those 40, we're going to evaluate as long as we can. We'll be doing throughout the SEC season, of course, utilizing our depth. If there's a bunch of separation, then we'll play to that. But right now, we had numerous guys that had a good practice this morning.
Gotcha. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.